Hello everyone, I am back. If you follow me, you probably seen my messages that I post on here about how I've just been kind of getting my mental back right. I take that very seriously, especially since I am giving messages. But I'm excited to be back, excited to be here. I'm excited you guys are back. Watching and just gathering the messages and the energy that you need to hear and know and acknowledge and work on a resolve. I'm not sure if you not sure if you wait for it. But it is just a means of we're gonna do it all together. But I'm excited to be back. Just give it some time. It is a lot, and I'm still doing a lot. So I thank you guys for working with me, your patience, your grace, your understanding. And we're gonna dive right into this. All right. For usual, let's play some. Oops, sorry, Ruby. Forgot he's on the bed. Okay. All right. So I wanted to go ahead and just do a reading for the week for the collective. So if it resonates, take it with you. If it doesn't, pass it along. Okay. So we're just gonna start with your emotions for the week. Especially with Mercury being retrograde in Aries, it's cardinal energy, it's beginner energy, it's starter energy. Yes, the regular Mercury retrograde things, but it is also about making sure that am I actually doing something I want to do? Am I creating things that I want to create? Am I passionate about it? Do I feel like I'm ready? Am I prepared? Am I diving in? So let's go ahead and get started. What are the emotions for the week for the collective spirit? What should they acknowledge? What should they know? We got disappointed, which is an intuitive emotion. Sometimes intuitive emotions are things that we feel like may happen based off of the actions that we are or aren't taking. We got irritated. There we go. Sorry, new systems. I gotta make sure you guys can see it. We got irritated. Anything else for them to know, Spirit, for this week about their emotions? Okay. Anything else? I do want this card as well. Make sure you can see it again. Alrighty. So these are this week's emotions. There is just a wide range. Give me a second. Intuitive emotions, again, are something that you feel like is instinctual. It's something that is actually happening, right? Intuitive emotions are what lead you, what guide you. It's your subconscious, it's your morals, it's your lessons that you actually learn from. It's your acknowledgments of a lot of things. It is your intuition and action. It's taking all of that, and that is what you call probably wisdom or a hunch, whatever it is. It is intuitive, but it is an emotion as well. It's not your intuition, it is an emotion, okay? Which is why disappointed. So disappointment elicits a feeling of unhappiness between our hopes and intentions and what it actually materializes into reality. We're often left with a bitter taste of defeat or failure, and the feeling of disappointment can be a setback to our resilience. We're asked to re-examine the relationship of expectations, okay? And if you remember, Mercury retrograde is about taking a look. Do I want this? Do I like this? Should I start this? Should I continue going on with this? If it elicits a feeling of unhappiness between your hopes and intentions, it didn't say anything about action, which is why I said it is an emotion. It is a feeling. It is not something that you have done. It is, again, taking what you have done, taking your knowledge, taking your subconscious thoughts, like maybe, and then gathering it all up and actually looking at it and reflecting on it. I'm like, okay, is this what it's actually going to happen? Okay, no, this is what I want to happen. This is what I'm intentionalizing. And whether it works out that way or not, it is, again, re-examining the relationship of expectations. We're not looking at the goal, You're looking at the process of the goal you're trying to get to in the first place. Okay, that is what you are looking at. Because especially speaking from another cardinal sign, you want to take that into effect. Okay, disappointment comes from, again, expectations not being met. It is your hopes, it is your realities, and it can leave a bitter taste if you don't feel like it actually does it, or you feel like it is delayed, or it is set back, or it is not working as fast. But you have to, there is a, I think it's in here. Oh, where is it? There's something in here where it just basically says, actually it's in this book, wrong book. It's in this book, where you fall in love with the goal of something. You become process oriented versus results oriented. So when you fall in love with the goal of something, or what you want, how you want to feel at the end, you dismiss all the feelings in between. You dismiss the process. You dismiss actually how to get there. And that can lead to disappointment because you're only looking at the expectation of the end result and not how to actually get to the end result in the first place. And sometimes you can miss things. Sometimes you can miscalculate. Sometimes you can relax a little bit too much. Sometimes you're not putting your all in. Aries is about starting something. It is the spring. It is the start of spring. It is allowing the things that you have planted now coming into bloom. Are you actually going to nurture your roses? Are you actually going to take care of your garden? That is also what can lead to disappointment. Okay, so some crystals or stones that can help are gold sheen obsidian. We got red coral, and we have imperial topaz. Okay, so with that, just keep in mind, am I actually disappointed, or did I place too many expectations and forget the actual process as well before I actually got to the end result? Okay, the next one that we have is energetic and transformational flow, which is the energy that you're taking in, energy that you can be storing inside of yourself, all of this, and it's now, it is transforming your life. It is now how you act out, and that can be due to the disappointment that you feel like you may experience this week. So when you're feeling like, damn, I'm irritated, it is a means of, that is the energy that you held on due to something else beforehand. And that is something that is now transforming your life. And if you don't take a step back and actually realize, like, hey, this is why I'm feeling this, it's because I'm disappointed this didn't happen. I'm unhappy. I'm bitter. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm feeling all these emotions because I feel like I follow my intuition. And sometimes your intuition can also be from fear, from doubt, from low self-esteem, from all these things, because you feel like that is an intuitive feeling. I feel like I got a hunch that people are talking to me. I feel like I got a hunch. You know, I feel like it's all these things wrapped up. So that can lead to disappointment because now your expectations are not actually filtered and or in a process of reality. And that can lead to irritation because now, like I said, your hopes and intentions are not lining up with the end result, or what you feel like this is not the end result, instead of realizing you're probably still in the process of getting to the end result in the first place. Okay, so irritated. Irritability occurs when we encounter something that disrupts our homeostasis, your daily pattern, which you do every day. Whether that's, okay, you went to a job every day, now you no longer have that job. Now you have to figure out what to do with your day, your time, looking for a job, going through that process. It also makes sure things still work out, right? Maybe you dated a person and now you no longer date that person anymore because the whatever it is, you got a friendship and now it's anything. It is now it disrupted. That is something that was a part of your daily routine, your daily life. You used to live here and now you don't, and now you have to do it. And that can cause irritation because now it's just a realization that you could possibly be disappointed or bitter or hurt that things didn't work out because you followed an intuitive emotion. Okay? And that is now transforming your life. It says it can stem from not getting needs met, right? Being in pain, or simply from another's disregard of our well-being. Okay? Sometimes its causes are out of our control, which can lead to lashing out or being on the verge of full-blown anger. And we are in Aries season. It is just hot-headed, right? It is Capricorn's the goat. There's a ram. There's a ram. I always get confused. I know they can't stand it, but it works out. Capricorn is the goat. I said that with a lot of confidence because I remember that on our wall. Anyways, to full-blown anger, because anger comes from something not happening Something, if we see the blue here, not being spoken up for, something not being put into thought, something not being clear, right? And that is the honest truth about it all. Because that is not an expectation, it's the truth. That is not a hope, it is now the truth. That is now what you were expecting to get out of this job, this relationship, this partnership, this your family, whatever it is, yourself even. It can cause the irritation to just full blown anger. And it's in a means of recognizing that that can also put you on the verge of not thinking clearly enough to actually get yourself out of it and possibly repeating a cycle. And then put yourself in the terms of anxiousness. We'll get to that. So make sure that when you recognize that, okay, I'm feeling like I'm not happy with how this worked out, right? I remember I had a conversation, right, with my sister, and I was like, okay, after it was done, I was like, I don't like how that ended. And then I just spoke like, this is how it made me feel. It's a means of realizing I can either be disappointed and I'm happy with how it ended, and then I'm just looking at them like, why would they did it? Instead of just going, I didn't like that. They kind of upset me. So that way I don't feel anxious about the relationship later on. It allows me to realize this is the energy that I'm now grabbing onto because of an emotion which I'm just supposed to feel and not hold on to, is now causing something where I'm lashing out, where I'm not thinking straight, where I'm just doing things to do things, where I'm not doing anything at all, right? It is a means of taking that into regard and realizing I'm holding this energy in a little bit too much. And now it's causing this. And maybe I don't like it. Right? So some things that help is Larimar. Amazonite, excuse me, Damberite, and Apophyllite. Okay? Then we go to anxiousness. Like I said, when you're feeling these things, it now starts to weigh on your mental. If you're holding this energetically and now it's transforming how you're doing things, it is now going to weigh on you mentally. And it's now going to be on your subconscious when you can't sleep at night, right? When you're up, or when you just can't go to sleep at all. When you're just moving around, trying to find stuff to do. Or you're just sitting there like thinking of all these possibilities of how to work out, and now you're not moving at all. It is this feeling of, it didn't work out this way. It didn't work. So how is it? And it's a means of you were feeling an intuitive emotion. It could have been something where you noticed a pattern that you didn't like from the past, and that could have hurt you, or it could have triggered you, because those are two different things. It could have put you in a mind state of being like, damn, well, it ain't gonna work out. Anything. And now it's this means of now you're feeling anxious of, will anything work out? Instead of realizing, okay, maybe I am at another cycle, but I can, if I'm realizing I'm in a cycle, can I not break it? Can I not change it? Can I not use that intuition or wisdom, knowledge, these past thoughts, these past emotions that I'm feeling to work on it, to speak out about it, so that way it's not weighing on my conscience? Because the first sentence in this anxiousness for mental clarity is, anxiety is often rooted in an inability to take action in life, and is usually accompanied by a sense of uneasiness, right? It says it can become a huge consumer of our unhappiness and well-being. When we feel anxious, we may also feel vulnerable, and at times it may be instinctive and make me an instinctive sign that something is not quite right. Right? So it's not saying, let's not take this acknowledgement for what it should be taken for, right? And let's not take this. It is realizing this is supposed to be your mental clarity. You're realizing now it's affecting you in a lot more ways than one, right? So before it even gets to, it's affecting you in a lot more ways than one. How can you ease your anxiety? How can you clear your mind? Is it something that you do need to speak up on? Is it something that you do need to rearrange your life? Because if it disrupts your homeostasis, which is your something that you were like, I was expecting to be around all the time. I was expecting to have this job all the time. I was expecting to live free this entire time. I was expecting to do this entire time. I thought I would always be dancing. Whatever it is, it's this feeling. It's this emotion of, okay, if it's rooted, you can always go to the root. What is the root that made you disappointed? That caused such irritation where you're lashing out and now you're anxious about what to do next? What is the root? What caused these high expectations? What did you miss during this goal that you're trying to get to during the process, because that is what is weighing in your head. What am I doing too much? Am I now realizing that I'm in this pattern? I'm just like, fucking anyway. I'll get out of it. No, what is it taking? And that is just coming from somebody that's learning a financial literacy. Just like, no, okay, no, okay. And it's a learning process because I wasn't really taught that in the best sense. So it's in a means of what steps am I taking? I'm expecting this, but okay, what did I miss? What can I speak up on? What can I do now? Okay. So we have snowflake obsidian. We have black kyanite. Excuse me. We have pyrite and we have red jasper. Okay. So those are some crystals and stones that can help you with some of these emotions and feelings that you're feeling. Because what we truly want for your physical emotion, for your physical body, because when your body is worn out, right? You ever been nauseous? You ever have a headache? You ever got back pain? You ever stub your toe? It halts everything. It halts everything. You can't move. You're bedridden. Not like that, but like even but if you're thinking about it, you mentally just like, well, this is what's gonna happen, and you're causing all of this that can soon become something. And what we want it to become for a physical emotion is calm. If you're feeling like your body is doing all this, your mind is doing all this, your energy is doing all this, what your body needs to do now is to be calm. It needs to be calm in a sense of the realization that, okay, maybe I did miss something. Maybe I did overlook my own emotions, my own feelings. Maybe I did overlook my own wants and needs. Maybe the seeds I did plant are what I actually wanted to prosper from. And you can always change your mind. You can always change your actions and your thoughts. But you have to calm your body. Because, like I said, it disrupted your hormonal spaces because you feel a little bitter, a little angry because you feel defeated. Or like there's a setback or things that not work out. Because of the expectation that you put on the goal, but not the thought and the time that it takes to actually go for the process of that goal. If you want better communication, better relationships, you have to take that time. Like I said, I was just like, I didn't like that conversation ended. Before I just would have been like, fine, it's whatever. But it wouldn't have been whatever, and it would have festered into something that could have ruined the relationship that I had. Because if I didn't speak up and calm my body, like, hold on, let me think. Did I enjoy that? Do I like sitting in this emotion right now? Is this gonna, no. Calm yourself. Take those moments to breathe, especially during this time period. Like I said, Mercury in retrograde, even with the spring and in the eclipse and the conjunctions and everything. All right, it's taking a moment for yourself in the future. Once we are out, you can still take these steps, these moments, these thought process, so that your intuition is also growing to better have a balance for your emotions, so that way you're not storing things in your energy, allowing it to transform you. Because it says energetic and transformational flow. That's not flowing to your life. That's a constant stream, right? And now you're looking for mental clarity, but you're too anxious to get it, too nervous, right? So again, if something is not quite right, calm your physical emotion, calm your body. You're reacting on it. You're not acting on it anymore. You're reacting on that disappointment. You're not acting from it anymore. And that is something that can constantly change your life in a good way or a bad way, right? So give me a second. All right. It says being calm is an emotional state that brings peacefulness, creating a feeling of ease and connection in the body and mind. Calmness has a heart-centered quality, allowing us to act with clarity and increased patience and experience relaxation. Crystals that teach calmness generally have an overall soothing effect, right? So it's not just for your physical that these will help, right? Or the meditation or the extra sleep from going to bed, or implementing now a night routine, which is whatever it is now allowing yourself to realize this has an overall soothing effect. Taking that moment, because it's heart-centered. And that's why I said increase patience, because you have to have patience with yourself to recognize that, damn, I am disappointed. I may be unhappy with how that resulted. I'm feeling like I'm becoming bitter and maybe jealous or angry or confused and irritated and all these things, when I can just calm myself and allow myself to release something to better flow into my life, to allow better emotions in my life. That's why I said overall, because it's going to help you with each part when you calm yourself and realize, I can take about 5 seconds. I can take about 5 seconds. I can take a moment to myself. I can breathe, right? Instead of just lashing out, allow yourself to still be spoken for without speaking from a place where it is going to affect how it is centered inside your life, right? We have rose quartz, larimar, labradorite, and water tourmaline, okay? These are some ones that will help with your physical emotions and your overall soothingness, okay? And our final one, which was also our beginning one, which is loving. I'm gonna just go ahead and read this one because I'm only trying to. But love is the strongest, most powerful, universal emotion humans possess. Right? When you possess something, it is something that you hold on to. It is tangible, right? It is something that you can be like, I have this, I own this. This is in my possession. Or I'm watching this, or I'm nurturing this. Because you don't own children, but if they're under your possession, under your care, you should definitely take care of them. You know what I'm saying? Wait, I'm going off on the tangent. Focus. Like humans possesses, it is strong, it is powerful, and like I said, it's a universal emotion. It is something that everybody understands. And it's something that everybody acknowledges. It is something that everybody wants or disregards or doesn't think about or thinks about too much. Whatever it is something that is known and felt and encompassed in people's lives in many different ways. Okay? So it says it is an unconditional love. It's wholesome, expansive, and knows no limitation. It cannot be limited. It cannot be bound. It cannot be shackled. It is always present. It is always there. Okay? It is infinite. It says there are various manifestations of love, and each of them share the simple aspect of connection. Love is a feeling that awakens the body energetically and is built upon trust, which is why it goes back to your intuition, your gut feeling, your hunch, right? Reevaluating the past, taking that wisdom and realizing that, because it is trusting yourself, trusting what you have and haven't been through, realizing and trusting that if I speak up about this, if I do this, if I move this, if I shake this, it will all be okay. It will all be taken care of, right? So taking that into acknowledgement and realizing that is powerful. Okay? So for 11, we have rose quartz, green colloquite, kunzite, and rubellite tourmaline. Okay? Alrighty. So this is your emotions for the week. Be mindful of them, acknowledge them, set them in a process of understanding that maybe I need to take some patience, maybe I need to take a moment, maybe I do need to speak up for myself, right? Maybe I need to just take a step back and not speak at all. Do what you need to do to process, to take a calming moment, to recognize that you may be feeling these emotions based off of a goal that you have, but not actually focusing on the process, which is falling in love with it, falling in love with what you're learning, falling in love with what you're taking in, what you're acknowledging, what you're moving forward to, right? We're just going to go ahead and see some possible ways to deal with these emotions here. Okay. How to deal with them, how to notice them, what may be some signs, right? What spirit wants you to know about these emotions, why they may be coming up, what the situation may be. Again, this is over a week, so don't be like, oh, it's going to happen on Monday. Again, also take what resonates. Acknowledge that. Take what resonates. Okay? You don't have to be like, oh, yeah, and try to apply it to everything that's It's actually going to affect you in the most negative way that you can possibly think of. So let's not do that. Okay? It's just to better understand your emotions, why you may be feeling them, how to possibly get a better grip on them. Okay? One thing I do love is how everybody shuffles their cards differently. First, look at that. There's more to this. There's more to this. There's more to this. Dig deeper, okay? There's always going to be more to something. Always dig deeper, right? And if you feel like you reached the end of the root, maybe you just got to pull that shit out. And you can put something else in there. Drink some water really quickly. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate it. All right. What does the collective need to know about these emotions? Why they may be feeling them? Better understanding of them. We have you're not ready. We have you're not ready. Get off your ass. You are not ready. Get off your ass. All right. And fact check. Like I said, feelings do not equate the reality. Expectations do not equate the reality, right? Even intentions, after you do that, it does not equate the reality of what the actual action will be put out for you, right? If you are not ready because you're lashing out in anger, not thinking correctly, you're going to either repeat something or start something new or have something flow into your life that you feel like you can't get out of. And you can. You always can. So taking in that realization and realizing, maybe I need to get off my ass. Maybe I do need to speak up more for myself and realize I didn't like that in the conversation. What can we do? Let's go ahead and do that, right? Or maybe it's, I'm not going to say anything at all. Maybe I do need to quit my job. Maybe I do need to ask for me. Maybe I do need to take a moment and maybe, instead of asking for something, maybe I need to be more willing to receive support. Maybe I'm not getting all that I deserve. Maybe I need to fact check exactly what steps I did and didn't take. It is a realization that you're not ready at this moment in time because of all these emotions that you're feeling. So try not to make a decision, okay? Try not to decide something right now until you have calmed your mind, until you have felt like you wrapped yourself in love, right? Especially, look at that, 333, right? Which is about having your mind, body, and spirit in balance and recognition of that balance and taking all of that in, right? So we're realizing ancestral communication is coming in. You ever try to talk to somebody while you're on the phone talking to other people? That's what happens when you're disappointed and you're lashing out of bitterness and hurt and anger. You're just doing stuff to do stuff, and then you become anxious. When you're anxious, you're thinking about every other thought but the thought that needs to actually come in. That's why I said maybe you need to receive something. It is communication. Maybe you don't have all the information that you need, so that way you can be ready. Like I said, you need to be process-oriented and not detail-oriented. Like a spider, the goal right here, obviously I'm going to make a web for me to catch things in, for me to live in, for me to whatever. But my process is detailed. It is beautiful. It is intricate. It is well thought out. But the end goal is still going to be the same, no matter how long it takes, no matter how short it takes, right? Because some stuff you just need to get off your ass and do, and it's pretty quick, right? So taking that in, ancestral communication, are you ready to receive? You can't be ready if you're not doing things to allow yourself to actually be ready. Get into balance, calm your body, allow yourself to realize that you're feeling some type of emotion, some type of way, that you are holding on to something, and now it is transforming you. It is not. You know, you can, like I said, you can always change your mind. But you need to be sometimes you need to be calm about it. They even say don't even make emotions when you're really, really happy. Right? We have belongs to the streets. Spirit, what is it about belongs to the streets? Can you clarify, please? Strategy needed before taking action. Okay? So this is a means of it being new thing. There was this somebody just like, you just really don't give a fuck who you fuck, huh? You just out. Well, if they ready, I'm ready. right? But it's a means of realizing if I'm not ready, why am I acting like I am? Why am I out here doing things like I am? Why am I putting this in a way that's just like, yeah, 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 yeah. But you're just doing shit and you're not thinking properly because you don't have all the communication that you need to actually make a decision. That's why I said it was disappointment off of your hopes and intentions and possible setbacks and delays. It never said that you got your goal and then it diminished. It said it didn't happen yet. It's just a delay or setback, or maybe it's taking a little bit longer, or it's a means of when you reevaluate and actually realize and take the facts. You realize I can actually make a move, let actually a strategy behind it, because that is always going to be needed before action is taken, right? Always, because if you just out here to be out here, you're going to catch and do anything, which is why you could be irritated, and now you're feeling anxious because you were operating off of irritation, which is off of a 30, I don't even like saying that anymore, which is off of an emotion that shouldn't have been held on to, which was disappointment. Like, disappointment was supposed to be like, damn, why am I disappointed? Why didn't it work out? Why do I feel like it didn't work out? Why do I feel like I'm at the end already? Why do I feel like it's done and over? Why do I feel like that's the only opportunity that I have? Right? So taking that in and realizing maybe I do need a strategy. Maybe I do need a moment for that. Maybe I do need to grasp that I need to calm and center my physical emotions, because that is how I'm acting out right now. It's off of physical emotion and not actual facts, not actual love, not actual peace, not actual patience, not actual grace, right? Yeah, you already know the answer. Stop asking, which is why they want you to get off your ass. You already know what you need to do. If something has disrupted your homeostasis, whatever it is, news, information, the truth, acknowledgement, your healing, maybe you even got triggered, whatever it is, you already know the answer. Stop asking. Get off your ass and start doing the process. And sometimes we say get off your ass and be like, all right, yeah, I gotta move even more. Maybe you need to sit the fuck down so communication could come in, because you're just doing any and everything without a strategy, or you're just taking actions. And spirit at the beginning of this conversation for everyone, whether you're moving too much or you're moving too little, you're not ready, because you're not taking all the facts of why you are feeling this possible emotion in the first place. If you already know the answer, stop asking, right? And if you feel like you don't know the answer, there's communication coming in. And communication isn't always like, oh, you know, this can be your communication right now. Your confirmation of saying, stop fucking asking. Do you hear that? You do not belong to the streets. You were supposed to be taking strategies. Don't just take the job and take the job. I can't say that now. Shit, knowing things now. Look at that. But be mindful. I remember I was just like, why would I do that? And then sometimes just a little bit of waiting. If you can. Alright, we have liar, liar. There's more to this. Dig deeper. Right? And I love how you can always read minds this way and this way. I love it. Because at this point in time, you can be lying to yourself. You can feel like others are lying to you, and they can. You can have this like feeling of like, man, I'm repeating as a damn. Well, here I am again, and now you're lying to yourself and putting yourself in emotion of that. Right? But whatever it is, you need to dig deeper about why you're feeling this way. Right? Are you lying to yourself? Are you saying that this is actually the truth of the situation, and now you have to be out here doing any and everything, and you're not doing enough, or you're doing too much? Right? Are you lying to yourself about that? Because there's always going to be more. Like I said, it said the root. I love how this is on the back end and it came out again after I shuffled too. Thank you, Spirit. I say. So there's always more, which is why they say there is a strategy needed. Because if you don't have all the facts to create an actual strategy, how the hell are you going to actually dig deeper? You're digging in the wrong spot. The bone is at the other end of the yard. Okay? So it's taking this in, realizing what caused me to feel this emotion. What caused me to put me here when I'm irritated, I'm pissed off, I don't have grace for nobody, no understanding, you better get out of my way. I ain't got patience for you. I'm over it. I'm done. Right? We're just taking a logical sense of, like, okay, these are the people I need to remove from my life. This is what I need to do in my life. Maybe now this is what I need to step back. Maybe I do need to better sleep schedule. Maybe I should. It's a means of realizing, okay, if I'm the spider and I'm creating a web, I'm not just going to put it up anywhere. Why would I put it on a door handle when I know that that is frequently used? You get what I'm saying? It is a means of, like, maybe I put it in the corner of the door. Nobody really touches that. They don't really do that. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's perfect. It is now, I am now in love with the process of choosing a good location for me to set up and now allow a flow in. Okay? Because there's always more to this dig deeper. Why did you feel this way? Did you lie to yourself, or did you allow others to lie to you? But you won't actually be able to do that when you're feeling anxious, when you're taking in every thought but your own or what actually needs to be there. Okay? All right. Anything else, Spirit, about these emotions? Anything else, Spirit, about these emotions for the week that the collective should know? Yeah, Spirit. Anything else? Woo! When I tell you, you can read it this way and this way. Okay. All right. All right. So we have your magical ass being. Act accordingly, right? If you're realizing that you're not ready, there's means that you need to balance yourself with the 333, your mind, your body, and spirit, making sure that they have that calm energy, that loving energy, so that way communication can come in as well as go out, because that's what communication is, up back and forth. And if you already know the answer, stop asking because of that communication, because of what you know, because you recognize that you're not ready. You can realize that, all right, I'm a magical ass being. Let me act accordingly because of my intuition, because of what that standing is with who and how I operate. I'm a magical ass being no matter what. If I'm not ready now, it never said I never was going to be. It never said it never was going to happen. It just says I'm not ready, which means soon I will be. Because this is why it will happen. I'm a magical ass being, and I will always act accordingly in that way, right? Because the potential only matters when someone acts on it. Oh, I can see them doing that in the future. I hope my company does it in the future. Man, I hope this happens, right? It has the potential to have this. We have the potential to make this happen. This potential, right? It's funny. Every time I talk about that, I just you have so much, I don't like so. Anyways, anyway, potential only matters when someone acts on it, right? Think about it. If you're holding all this in, right? All of this disappointment, this hurt, this resentment, this feel like you got lied to, feel like you got lied to yourself, feel like you can't trust yourself, you can't love yourself, you can't give yourself patience or understanding. You have the potential to possibly fuck up your life, fuck up your mindset, fuck up your relationships, right? Or the potential of recognizing why you feel disappointed, realizing that can cause irritation, disruption in your life, not allow you to be in balance, not allow you to actually look at the facts of the situation, not allow you to realize, okay, I do need to actually do something, I need this strategy before I actually get into action. Okay, let me do this. Okay, and sometimes getting off your ass is creating that strategy, checking those facts, and realizing that I can give myself that calmness, that love, because I'm a magical ass being, and I have this energy. And I don't need to be a liar. I don't need to be surrounded by liars, because there's always going to be more to me. And there's always going to be more to the situation. I can always dig deeper. And that is what you can act on. That potential. That is how you do it. Because potential only matters when someone acts on it. If you have the potential to fuck up, you have the potential to do good. You have the potential to act out something that you actually want to do. Because of that is the energy that you want to flow into your life. That's why I said act accordingly. And you recognize who the fuck you are, that you are magical, that you are taking all this in with the 777, right? 666 is taking a step back, reflecting, evaluating. 777 is looking forward to the future after taking all of that knowledge. After realizing 111, okay, I can walk my path. I'm realizing this is what I want to do. 222 is following my intuition, recognizing my thoughts create my tongue, create my environment. 3, 3. Okay, now 3, 3, 3. I'm back in balance. I'm getting there. I'm starting to realize I need to get more sense into myself. 4, 4, 4. I'm protected. I'm loved. I have this loving energy around me. Okay, 5, 5, 5. I'm here for the change. I'm here for the growth, for checking things and realizing I don't need to just act out to act out. Okay, 6, 6, 6. Let me take a step back. The strategy is needed. I need to realize why I'm possibly disappointed and feeling irritated. 7, 7, 7. With all that knowledge and information, let me go ahead. There's nothing to fear. Okay? With all of that, there's nothing to fear. Because, like I said, if you have the potential to do that, you have the potential to be magical, powerful, amazing, loving, opening that heart center, right? Because at the end of the day, once, like I said, if it's the truth, right? If it's the truth, if it's, new lessons, if it's, a change in your environment or relationships, let karma handle it, right? Because right now, you're not even ready for the shit that you're trying to do. So why are you trying to do this? Why? When you need to dig deeper within yourself and realize who the fuck you are so that way you can act on your own potential, don't get sucked up into this. Don't get sucked up into the gossip. Don't get sucked up into the self-loathing. Don't get sucked up into the, I'm about to get in front of, don't get sucked up to, it allows you to not actually think clearly, and it causes that anxiety. It causes that disappointment. It causes that overlooking of self and things that actually need to be truly introspectively looked at and uprooted, right? Because once you take that out and allows for it to be there, right? What was it? Anxiety? Anxiety is often rooted in an inability to take action in life. So you need that. Which is why the calm energy came in. It's to get that root out. That loving energy came in to allow you to realize, I'm not ready. And that's possible. I'm disappointed because I put a time limit. I put a constraint on myself instead of loving myself, which has no limit. Understanding myself, giving myself grace, realizing actually what's going on. Okay? Well, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate you. I am going to try to do this just every Sunday, starting slow again, getting back up there. But thank you guys so much. Please just enjoy. Take, again, only what resonates. Don't try to force the shoe to fit if it don't, honey. But I love you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time.